Hey guys, it's Nick, and thanks for tuning in to Long Island Wargaming. And this is going to actually be a prep game for Crossroads for Chris, and he's going to be playing against Rich, so I'm actually not in this game, so just wanted to introduce it. And it is going to be Orcs and Goblins versus Empire.
Alright, what's up dudes and dudettes? This is going to be a battle report here. Little something different. Nick's not involved in this one, which is a little different spin for you guys. This is going to be a handicam report with me, Chris, as well as Rich, Warhammer Fantasy, 2,500 points. This is me playing another version of my Orcs and Goblins list for the Crossroads tournament coming up in September that Nick and I have been working on lists for. Go through my stuff real quick. I have over here a unit of 5 Naked Goblin Wolf Riders, a unit of 41 Night Goblins. In that unit is a Night Goblin Shaman level 1 with the Ruby Ring. In this unit, 35 Black Orcs with a banner, the Standard of Discipline, as well as my level 4 Orc Shaman with Fencer's Blades and Dispel Scroll. I have 20 Night Goblins back here with the cool Forge World model. My BSB, my Night Goblin BSB. I have 2 Doom Divers as well as 2 Rock Lobbers, 6 regular Trolls, 40 Savage Orcs with a banner. This is a unit of Squigs proxied as Noblar because everybody on eBay likes to bid only the amount that it costs and not try to make a deal out of Squigs, so I can't get my hands on any. So we have 18 Noblar Squigs, Squiglar, and 6 Night Goblin Herders, and these are going to be proxied as 2 Pump Wagons. They have pretty much decked out to the nines with the plus 1d6 movement, a strength 5 on their impact hits, and the no armor saves on the first set of impact hits, and another unit of 5 Wolf Riders that are naked. For me, my magic for Orcs and Goblins is going to be the signature spell, Gaze of Mork, Hand of Gork, the spell to move my units wherever I'd like, Fists of Gork, the spell that makes my shaman into super Orc Shaman of Doom, Itchy Nuisance, which is the Goblin spell, my favorite Goblin spell that basically lets you lower initiative and movement by a d3, which is awesome. And then here we go to reroll missed hits. This is the terrain, and this is my deployment. And on to Rich.
Alright, so this is my Empire army. Starting off, I have 2 cannons. I have a Hellblaster, accompanied by an engineer. He's going to be sitting by it. I have a steam tank. I have 38 great swords with the banner of Discipline. I have a Wizard Lord, level 4. He has a Dispel Scroll. And so you have the 4+ word save item. I have a Warrior Priest. Just has heavy armor, and I think that's really all he's there, just basically for hatred. I have a Hurricanum, which is being proxied today.
As a White Lion's Chariot.
Yup, I'll eventually buy one. I have a unit of 38 Halberdiers. I don't have 30 Halberdiers, there's some Spearman proxies at the moment. With a Warrior Priest, heavy armor, and heavy armor shield. He also has Ring of Volans, which ended up giving him the Withering from the Shadow Lore. I have a BSB that has Enchanted Shield, obviously the BSB upgrade, Crown of Command, and Luckstone. This unit also has 2 detachments of 15 Halberdiers. And I have, over here, I have 10 Knights of the Inner Circle with Lances and Shields.
Spells?
For the spells that at least I rolled from my Wizard Lord, I ended up getting Earthblood, Flesh to Stone, Throne of Vines, as well as Dwellers Below.
Cool. And I guess we're on to turn 1.
Yep, let's see who goes first.
Alright, Orc and Goblins, turn 1. Everything moved up. The Wolves vanguarded up. This wolf unit failed animosity, then rolled a 6, and luckily did not make their charge into the cavalry, which is good because I would like them to actually be able to function and not just be free dead points. So yeah, everything moved up. Then for my magic phase, I rolled low with 5 dice. I cast Itchy Nuisance on the steam tank over there, which reduced its toughness by...
Not its toughness.
Not its toughness. It reduced its movement by 2 dice. As well And then I tried to cast Hand of Orc on the trolls, but it failed. I didn't even get it off. And then my shooting killed one halberdier. I pretty much was focusing on the Hurricaneum with the Doom Diver and the Steam Tank with the Rock Lubber, just because they're the biggest point sinks that I can grab with them. So, and I believe that is the end of Orc and Goblin turn 1. Oh yeah, this is a fungus forest, so my black orcs are stupid, I guess.
Alright, so for Empire turn 1, I kind of just shuffled over to the right a little bit. Got Alter Arcane over here, so why not try to take advantage of it. For my magic phase, I ended up getting 11 dice. He had 6 dice. I was able to get Throne of Vines off in the beginning, but was dispelled. I then casted Dwellers Below on his Black Orc units. I ended up getting a 26. Not irresistible. He scrolled it. And Flesh to Stone ended up getting that off as well, but was dispelled as well. For my shooting phase, we had basically just a few goblins over here. I didn't want them taking out my cannon, so they got annihilated by my Hellblaster with the engineer there. My cannons, they did alright. They shot up a hill, which gave perfect line of sight to hit 2 of them. I only hit 1 though, and did 2 wounds. The Snotling Pump Wagon also took 2 wounds as well from this additional cannon. And that was my turn.
So my life just got really terrible. The Orcs, do we have failed animosity? Yeah, Bunker failed animosity. It stayed back here. Everything moved up. My pump wagon here got a little overzealous, and on 3d6 I managed to roll 2 6s and a 5. So if I had rolled, and then we mock rolled the other dice, and I rolled a 6, so we would have made it all the way to that cavalry if I had done that. But right now they're sitting right in front of the cavalry. They'll chew that up. Hopefully, that's the plan. We went on to magic phase where I cried my Hand of Gork, moved my Savage Orc unit up, and then my caster was sucked into the warp, and he took 6 Black Orcs with him.
It's a party.
Where is everything? Oh, then all my shooting accomplished absolutely 0.
This also got minus movement.
Oh, yeah, the Itchy Nuisance went off and a -2 movement, or -2 dice movement. And this is the part where I lose the game. So it's Rich's turn.
Alright, so for Empire turn. So essentially what I did was, since these guys are in a perfect position and they can't wheel, I threw my detachment in there. They are stubborn. They ended up holding out. Ended up giving them a ward save in the magic phase. Also gave these guys +4 toughness. Unfortunately, with Throne of Vines, he still ended up miscasting. So he ended up losing a wizard level. For the rest of the movement, basically these guys moved up. These guys ended up charging in the Wolf Riders. Ended up killing them, but I horribly rolled my overrun. I got like 4 or 5 inches, and now I'm going to get slaughtered by these 2 Snotlings. My cannons shot into that hill and took out a Rock Lobber, and then the other one just stuck to the ground. And for my other siege weapon, it just moved out of the way so my guys can move up. That was pretty much it for that turn, actually.
Okay, Orcs and Goblins, I believe. What turn are we on? 3 or 4? Yeah, turn 3. Did you guys know that when your general dies, trolls can't do anything? So, since my caster died last turn, everything kind of just moved up. Still trying to get into combat. Unfortunately, my trolls are not going to pass their stupidity, and they are going to stand in this Mistwreath swamp. Luckily, I only rolled 1 model died. I don't know how. Thank you, Jesus. Everything moved up. I think I said that already. I'd used my magic on my ruby ring. Didn't get anything done with it. And tried Itchy Nuisance, but it was dispelled, I think. Right, it was dispelled. Everything moved up. Pump wagons over here charge the War Machine and the Cavalry, and who knew no armor saves against Cav is extra dead.
Very extra dead.
And Savage Orcs won the combat here, but unfortunately there is just a pile of Phalanx of Doom just surrounding them. And I'm gonna die.
All right, so for this turn, it was there was a lot of death going on.
No bueno.
All right, so basically my whole front line moved up. My halberdiers and my greatsword slammed into his savage orcs, as well as my steam tank, which crashed in with 3 steam points. Ended up being pretty much full impact hits as well. I only missed out on 1 impact hit, and it ended up not killing as many guys as I hoped. His ward save rolled really well. Other movement, this guy just went over just a little bit. For my shooting, it was ineffective. I really just killed 2 guys. My magic phase, my Wizard Lord didn't really cast anything, but my Warrior Priest ended up getting 3 spells off total. I ended up getting 5 up ward on my great swords and 5 up ward on my halberdiers, and that actually really saved a lot of guys. I also ended up getting reroll failed wounds on my great swords. I think like almost every guy wounded and just wiped out the unit. There were 2 guys left. He rolled a 3 for leadership, close, but no scar, and overrun and destroyed right into the Black Orcs, and we'll see how that goes.
Orc and Goblin's turn. I think 4. We're not really sure. I lost count.
We'll look at it later.
I think it's 4. If not, you know what turn it is, guys. So Black Orcs were in combat here. I pivoted my Night Goblins to hopefully railroad that steam tank over there. Squig Herd charged in over here, as well as the former Snotling pump wagon that had 2 wounds on it. So we did some wounds here, but then he killed the pump wagon. I won combat, but he held. This pump wagon's moving back here. Hopefully next turn to give me a nice backwards attack. Like I said, I'm trying to railroad this. Black Orc combat actually went pretty well, assisted by Itchy Nuisance. Itchy Nuisance from the Goblin Shaman over here went off on this unit, which let my Black Orcs go first for a full 39 attacks. That ripped him up before he got to hit me, which was great. I think I did 39 attacks, 18 wounds, 18 wounds, and he only killed like 5 or 6 or 7, a handful of guys. So I'm in good shape. Next turn I don't have Chappas, but for not having a magic phase for the last couple turns, it's not looking that bad. So I think it's on to Empire turn.
Alright, so for the Empire turn, my unit in the middle actually is still alive, surprisingly. Over here, my great swords ended up charging into that unit of goblins, ended up bashing them pretty bad. They ran away. I'm going to let them run because they need leadership 5 to even rally. Ends up turning my great swords around, and hopefully that unit survives one more turn, because that would be great. And for over here, the squigs ended up just murdering my detachments since they were out of range. They lost any kind of ability from the warrior priests. And one other thing was my Hellblaster Volley Gun did fire at that lone Snotling pump wagon and just annihilated it. 20 hits, and I think I did about 10 wounds. It was just dead. But that was that turn. It is now Orc's turn.
Okay, top orc turn 5. We had the trolls failed stupidity again. All I needed them to do was pass so that I could get more stuff into combat in the back of this combat right here. Couldn't happen because they moved up, so I couldn't make that charge right there. So I had to move my Squig Herd up. Everything moved up pretty much. They failed their stupidity in the stinking fungus forest. It just doesn't end. And then the Black Orcs did win this combat. They wiped out the rest of the Halberdiers, but his BSB and his Warrior Priests are just chilling. Just chilling. And my shooting killed a good number of Greatswords. Did I lose all the Night Goblins in this turn too?
Yeah, they
no, that was a couple turns. Yeah, the Night Goblins ran off the board. As you notice, there's only left a big paper clip, just to mark them. I don't know why that's there, but yeah. So that is the end of Orc and Goblin turn 5, and I don't know. This is looking kind of weird. There's so much cannon and Hurricaneum and Steam Tank that I just can't really deal with. So if these trolls stop failing, I might be able to win this game more handily. I think I can still win this, but these trolls need to pass one freaking turn so I can stumble them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just keep going that way. So, yeah, on to Rich's turn. Okay, so this is the start of the Orc and Goblin turn. Oh, sorry, this is Empire, right?
This is the Empire turn.
This is Empire, sorry. And you will note that the squig herd is not there. It was blown up after
being fired with the steam gun and also from a Hellblaster volley gun. They were reduced to just 5 squigs from their normal 15 guys.
He killed all the handlers. So when they were down to 5 squigs, they go nuts and they roll 2d6, and I rolled a 9 for the radius of the explosion or whatever. They bite everything around them. So everything around them takes d6 wounds within 9 inches.
So basically everything here, minus the Hurricanum, was hit. Killed one of my heroes, I killed a bunch of Black Orcs, wiped out a bunch of Goblins, killed a Troll, did some additional wound. It actually did, I was surprised, it did like 7 wounds on this thing.
7 wounds to it.
All the armor saves except 1 pass, but that was just pretty funny to see.
Yeah, I rolled d6, I rolled a 6 plus the 1 for the 5 squigs left, so it was 7 strength, 5 hits around. Squig herds are so good, I don't know why I stopped taking them.
They're good.
Yeah, so, and, since we're on the start of the Empire turn, I guess I'll just say Empire charged in over here with the great swords.
Yes.
Yes.
And we will do the rest of it to find out.
Yep.
Alright, so for the remainder of that Empire turn, the Great Swords did punch through. For the magic phase, my Ring of Volans did have the Withering, so I knocked down his toughness to toughness 2. So pretty much I was able to do enough wounds to just finish up that unit. I ended up breaking it. For the remainder, I mean, he still has these 2 units right here, which are unaffected by any kind of psychology because they're both stupid. And let's see how this turn goes on top of 6.
Alright, dudes and dudettes, it looks like this game's over. Rich has won. We started at the top of my turn. Kind of the only way I kind of had a prayer of maybe winning this is using my war machines to kill the greatsword unit. But in my haste, I didn't realize the rock lobber, if you want to get down there and try to see his line of sight, it would not have been able to direct hit. So I did do some wounds with the Doom Diver, but I wasn't able to kill them. Excuse me. But right now, what's on the board? Rich just has more points, and there's no way I can win because after my shooting, nothing's left. So, I mean, some mistakes I made this game is you're gonna watch a few turns back. I didn't reform my Black Orcs to get more attacks on the Great Swords. I think it was the previous turn or the turn before that when I had won the combat. Very stupid by me. If I had done that, I'm pretty sure the Great Swords wouldn't be here anymore, and it would just be the 2 heroes, and we'd be doing more math to see who wins. I don't know, Rich. What do you got to say?
It was definitely a close one, with the Black Orcs getting additional attacks, but them drop down the toughness 2. It really would have been, I don't know, it would have been definitely a close one. I don't know.
Anything you made mistakes this game?
My mistakes, very poor placement of this. This was actually basically just a Hellblaster armed with Engineer, so essentially I could just roll 3 artillery dice and just say if I roll misfire, I need another one in there. But if I roll misfire, and I can just re-roll one of them, I can take a lot of shots at Ballistic Skill 4. I could have been pounding down a lot of Black Orcs who didn't hit combat. By misplacing them in the corner, I actually didn't shoot them one time. It's just a bunch of random units that really didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it did kill the pump wagon, but other than that, it really didn't show for much. My steam tank literally did not move out of like this small bubble right here.
Well, that was Itchy Nuisance, though.
The Itchy Nuisance, but
Itchy Nuisance.
That, I think it still did a lot. But other than that, I mean, just this was poor placement on the left side of the board with all the pump wagons. I probably could have did better there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it went alright, I think.
Yeah, some thoughts from me. I may as well do it on camera. I really like the pump wagons with the no armor saves on the first turn of impact hits. It's really difficult to... I mean, it's going to be great against Warriors of Chaos. It's great against high armor stuff. It melted the cav. And it's just a strong unit as long as you don't fail. And the important thing, I think, is to just not always roll the 4d6. You know, try to know when you're going to have to roll the 3d6 or not. As far as this list goes for a tournament, I kind of like it. I'm still up in the air about the Night Goblin unit. The problem is, yeah, the large unit as a tar pit. It's it's good at what it does. It's like 170 points. So if I trim it from core, I still have enough core with everything else.
The netters give you a lot of utility
Yeah.
there, though.
Yeah. So, but if I trim it, I don't know what I'd put. I don't think I could fit anything else. I mean, what would I do? Just take a bigger squig? See, the thing about the Crossroads tournament we're going to, Nick and I, in September, is that there is a 450 point unit cap, which for Black Orcs kind of sucks because it brings them down from my usual 40 to 35 for me. And at 35, I mean, they did great this game. Don't get me wrong, they did great this game, but that's because the Savage Orcs took up the brunt of everything right away and let them do their job. Whereas, I don't know, Rich, what about, like, what if I took, like, 4 rows deep of rank and file, 6 wide, so like 24 Black Orcs.
24 Black Orcs.
Because that gets me a lot of points back. That's,
It's gotta be.
9 times 12.
That's 12 points each.
And then, you know, let's say I did that, and then maybe I dump that, 100 points into more squigs and beef up that squig unit. You know, because squigs are only 8 points apiece,
And
so
they do
you
a lot
can.
of damage to strength 5. My goodness, they were so annoying.
Squigs are only 8 points apiece, so I could possibly turn that into a small horde. Maybe if I drop the Night Goblin unit, because if I drop the Night Goblin unit, I'm still at core. So I have to play with the idea. Maybe play some more games. Sorry, we did this game kind of hastily, not breaking it down quite like we usually do, just because we were in a rush for time. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say other than thank you for watching. And
yeah, thanks for watching again. I mean, it was fun. I'm just getting back in the Empire, but it was a good time.
all right, cool. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.